Chào mừng quý vị và các bạn đã đến với vòng chung kết cuộc thi tìm kiếm tài năng NYSA do Học viện Ngoại ngữ và Nghệ thuật NYSA tổ chức. Welcome to the final round of NYSA Discover Talent Contest. Ladies and gentlemen, NYSA Discover Talent Contest is a useful educational playground for all contestants nationwide from 4 to 17 years old to find talents in 3 areas: music, English, and dance. Starting from the idea and ambition of giving the young generation to have an opportunity to practice their skill, overcome all barriers, to break through and express themselves. We are happy to put our own educational aspiration through this contest. And today, NYSA Discover Talent has come to the final round to find the most outstanding faces. Quý vị thân mến, cuộc thi tìm kiếm tài năng NYSA là một sân chơi giáo dục bổ ích dành cho mọi thí sinh trên toàn quốc từ 4 tới 17 tuổi nhằm tìm kiếm tài năng trong 3 lĩnh vực: tiếng Anh, âm nhạc và vũ đạo. Xuất phát từ ý tưởng và hoài bão, đem đến cho thế hệ trẻ cơ hội được rèn luyện và phát triển kỹ năng, vượt qua mọi rào cản để bứt phá, thể hiện bản thân mình. Học viện Ngoại ngữ và Nghệ thuật NYSA đã gửi gắm những khát vọng giáo dục của chính mình thông qua cuộc thi này. Và ngày hôm nay, cuộc thi đã đi đến chặng đường cuối cùng để tìm ra những gương mặt xuất sắc và ưu tú nhất. Và tôi, MC Hiếu Trương, rất vinh dự được đồng hành cùng với tất cả các bạn thí sinh ở phần về đích này. Và cùng đồng hành với tôi trong phần thi tiếng Anh này còn có sự hiện diện của 2 vị khách mời rất đặc biệt nữa. Đó là 2 thầy cô trong ban giám khảo. Xin được trân trọng giới thiệu. So, it's my great honor to introduce the judges of our English subject. Xin trân trọng giới thiệu cô Miss Bronwyn Henry, Judge International Australian Cultural Guild. Dr. Nguyễn Huy Cường, Dean of English Department, Ho Chi Minh City International University. All right. So can you tell me what time is it in Australia now?
It is about 1:45 in the afternoon.
It's 1 a.m. Is it 1 a.m.?
In the afternoon. 1 p.m.
Oh, 1 p.m. Okay. So you are in a working time, right? All right. Okay. So I would like to ask our judges some questions before the first contestant will start. So, Dr. Kương, how do you feel to be the judges of this contest? So, are you excited? Are you?
I'm very excited, and it is a big honor to be here this morning to judge the performances of the children speaking English. Yep.
Okay. So, what are you looking forward to the contestant today?
I'm looking for confident contestants speaking English, how to express themselves very well in English. And, the most important is their confidence, their self-confidence. They stand on the stage and they express themselves in English. That is the most important thing, I guess.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Kương. So, Ms. Bronwyn, I would like to ask you a question. As far as I know, you have a lot of experiences as a judge in many English competitions. Could you please share with us what criteria you will focus on when evaluating the performances?
I'd say the main thing is clear speech, that I can understand the young people very well. So that's one criteria, but I also want to really enjoy it. I want to know that they're enthusiastic and they're having fun. That's important to me too. I wish them all well.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Bronwyn. Ok, cảm ơn tất cả những chia sẻ của 2 vị giám khảo. Và bây giờ chúng ta sẽ không làm mất thời gian của quý vị nữa. Chúng ta sẽ đến ngay với thí sinh đầu tiên của chương trình ngày hôm nay. Thí sinh mang số báo danh 004 Ngô Nguyễn Ngọc Uyên với chủ đề Never Give Up. So let's welcome our first contestant, Ngọc Uyên, with the topic Never Give Up.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ngọc Uyên. I have a story that I want to tell you. When I was 5 or 6 years old, I was very shy and unconfident. My classmates didn't like to play with me as well. I was so afraid of water. I didn't like to play basketball or piano because I played it so bad. My music teacher always said, "You play piano so terrible." I was crying a lot during my music lessons at that time. I have to say that period was horrible for me. But few years later, look what I have done until today. I can swim like a mermaid. Every day after school, I can swim over 1,000 meters. I love playing basketball. For piano, year by year, I received my ABRSM certificate grade 2, grade 4, grade 5, and now I'm studying grade 7. I also received some music awards from Vietnam, Malaysia, and Thailand. Now, I'm sure that you will wonder how I could achieve all those things, right? Do you want to know the secret? Yeah, the secret is never ever give up. This is also the main topic I'd like to share with you all today. Let's together find out what are the benefits of never giving up. Why shouldn't we give up, and how do we overcome all challenges? Well, I really appreciate my mom. She told me that keep trying your best always and don't care people around talking about you. Just focus on your target. Then you can achieve anything you want. The capability of a person is unlimited. Thanks to Mom, she helps me a lot to become who I am today. And I'm proud to share with you all these valuable ideas. After experiencing difficulties, I realized that never give up helps me overcome fears of myself. I feel it's easier to face with difficulties and balance my emotions. Never give up helps me a stronger spirit and more growth every day through lessons of patience. Things I couldn't do yesterday, today, or even tomorrow doesn't mean that I would fail forever. Like when I practice piano, if I failed one time, I have to try 10 times, 100 times, or even thousands times till I can do it. I know that many people are afraid of failure, but don't worry. Failure is just a journey that leads you to success. Just like Thomas Edison, a famous scientist, he failed 10,000 times to successfully create a light bulb. And recently, I read a book of Nick Vujicic, Life Without Limits. I'm extremely impressed with the wonderful things he have done. You see, he was born without arms or legs. But can you imagine that he can play football, he can swim, he can play drums and more? He overcame his disabilities to live an independent, rich, fulfilling life while serving a role model for anyone seeking true happiness. Now, he is an international successful motivational speaker. I really like his message. The most important goal is to find your life's purpose and to never give up, despite whatever difficulties or seemingly impossible odds stand in your way. Just believe in yourself, believe in your future, then you will find your way. Give it your best and your dreams will come to life. Success is yours. Go for your dreams. It is your turn. You got this. Thank you.
That's so amazing.
Thank
That's just
you.
an amazing performance. Thank you, Ngọc Uyên. Okay, so now we will listen to our judges' comments, okay? So, Dr. Khương, can you give her some comments?
Thank you very much for a very exciting presentation, Uyên.
Thank
I
you.
love how confident you are on the stage. And the message is actually very significant, not just for myself, but I believe for everybody here and those who are watching you as well at home. Definitely. You speak very clearly and you've got excellent pronunciation of English. And I really like the way your body language on the stage, the way you move, the way you stand, the way you use the hand gestures is really, really impressive.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree with Dr. Khương about what you have done in this day. So, how often do you stand on the stage to perform like this?
For the speech, I have presented in my school, and this is my second time.
Does it take a long time for you to prepare this speech today?
I only have like a few days left, so I have to be very, very quick because I was like really, really busy for preparing for the test in my school. So.
Wow, amazing. All right. So, Ms. Franguin, can you share some feeling when you enjoy the performance?
Oh, very much. What a great start. Congratulations on setting us up for what's going to be a fabulous day. I can see this now. Your speech, I agree with Dr. Gung, was very clear, audible. I had no problems understanding any part of it. Your English speaking is very strong. Overall, I would say I found it quite inspiring, and congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms.
Thank
Franguin.
you.
Alright, thank you Ngọc Uyên so much. Ok, quý vị ơi, chúng ta đã mở màn với một phần thuyết trình của bạn Ngọc Uyên rất là hào hứng và một chủ đề đem lại cho chúng ta rất là nhiều năng lượng và rất là nhiều sự tích cực trong cuộc sống, đúng không ạ? Một thông điệp rất là ý nghĩa. Không bao giờ từ bỏ trước tất cả những khó khăn ở trong cuộc sống. So never ever give up. Thank you Ngọc Uyên again. Và bây giờ chúng ta sẽ đến với thí sinh tiếp theo mang số báo danh 537, bạn Đinh Ngọc Hương Nhiên. So we'll welcome the next contestant, Đinh Ngọc Hương Nhiên. And we will let's see what she is going to share with us.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Hương Nhiên. I'm 10 years old. You can call me by my English name. I'm studying at the primary school named Lương Định Của. This morning, I would like to talk about COVID-19. I know that it is no longer a hot topic as it has been discussed by people for the last 2 years. However, I'm not here to present you an exhaustive COVID-19 report with data numbers. I'm here to share with you this pandemic in the eye of a 10-year-old child, me, and my belief in us, human beings, to come out as the winner in the battle against COVID-19. To begin my speech, please look at the screen behind me. Yes, this is our planet Earth. How beautiful our Earth is, right? As a child, I feel lucky and blessed of living on such a beautiful planet. I think all my friends or any child on this planet feels the same. We can live with our beloved. We can go to school and play with friends without fear or hesitation. However, all things have been changed during the last 2 years. COVID-19 has come to Earth. This pandemic is an evil in our eyes. COVID-19 is one of the biggest fights in our history, with children caught in the crossfire. COVID-19 undercuts children's capacity to learn, work, build meaningful relationships, and contribute to the world. In fact, this is no different from what children have to suffer during wartime. COVID-19 is a war without bombs and guns. Many children are separated from their families. Many children become orphans. Many children are put in the situation of hunger and poverty. Children are losing hope. However, this is not the first time human has been faced with the unreasonable. We can protect us against disease. We wipe smallpox off this planet. We are doing the same to polio, reduced by 99% since 1988. Big problems require a big solution. We've got COVID-19 as our big problems, and our big solution is the strength of unity. So, what does unity represent? Unity represents for togetherness. On the screen, you will see two images. The dove could escape from the hunter because they together took the net and fly up away. The bonded stick couldn't be broken when they were bound together. Both stories remind us that strength always goes with unity. That strength is in both material and mental aspects. Unity helps us to share and to connect with people in all over the world, help us have a stronger mental power. With the spirit of love and unity, many people sacrifice their personal life to be at the forefront against COVID-19. Unity is a booster of positive feelings and hope. People clap their hands and play music on the balcony to say thank you to the forefront volunteers. This contest, NYSA Discover Talent, also represents for the strength of unity. It helps the young generation to continue developing skills and knowledge despite of COVID-19 consequences. And how's about material strength? Material strength can be found every day around us. ATM rice to provide rice for poor people. Many charity groups were personally established to buy food and distribute them to people in the difficult situation. During the donation travel, many people fell down and sacrificed. They fell down for the lives of the others. When we say thank you to the AstraZeneca, who is selling vaccine at cost, giving the poor country the opportunity to access using COVID-19 vaccine. The strength of unity between peoples, our countries, will be human solution to fight against COVID-19. What you see of the togetherness of the tree's root. Togetherness helps them to be alive, to get stronger and well developed. There are many things to talk about how unity helps us and will help us to come out as the winner in the battle against COVID-19. However, time for me is limited. I can only share some. I would like to borrow the lyrics of the song We Are Unity to describe the message of my speech today. We are one, but we are different. We're from all around the world. We share the same sun. We share the same ocean. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams to be among the stars. And we know that it's destiny. We are unity. No matter what happens, when we are unity, we are one. We can fight against COVID-19, protect our planet, protect our generation, make our world, our life better. Thank you for listening. Stay strong and safe.
All right, I would love to ask Dr. Kương again. So, what do you think about her performance?
I cannot imagine that, a 10-year-old girl could perform such an interesting presentation in English. I mean, you're at such a young age, but you could speak English so well, and you could talk about such a complicated topic very well. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for a great performance. And I really love, some of your choices you make in your presentation. For example, the image of the tree's roots. It really impresses me a lot because it really helped me to see how unity can help people to fight against COVID-19 effectively.
Okay.
Right? It is a beautiful picture.
Okay.
And if I were you, I would maybe talk a little bit more about how unity could help solve COVID-19 problems.
Yes.
Like more pictures, for example, about unity. about the initiatives of the communities to fight against COVID-19. You don't want to talk too much about COVID-19 at the beginning of the presentation because your focus is on how unity can have impact on the community, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's a very good job. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Gương, so much. So we will ask one more lady. So we will, Miss Pronwin, yes, just turn around. All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is Miss Pronwin from Australia. So, Miss Pronwin, what do you think? What do you think of her performance, of her topic?
It was fascinating. It's just so much a part of our lives at the moment, no matter where you're living in the world. It's what we're all thinking about every day. So well done for taking on this difficult topic. I loved your personal presentation, your confidence, your professionalism. That's the way it came across to me. You presented it with you presented your argument for unity successfully, and you took an academic approach. I would call it an academic approach for one so young, and it was convincing and great. Thanks for doing such good work.
Very much.
All right. Thank you, Miss Ronwin. Okay, so thank you again with what you have done and what you bring to us. All right. Thank you, Hương Nhiên again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bạn Hương Nhiên vừa rồi đã đem đến cho chúng ta một phần thuyết trình rất là ấn tượng và cũng không kém phần tôi có thể gọi là nó chạm vào cảm xúc của rất là nhiều người. Một chủ đề rất là hot trong cuộc sống hiện tại của chúng ta, chủ đề về COVID-19 và một cái thông điệp bạn đưa đến cũng rất là ý nghĩa. Tôi không nghĩ là một bạn học sinh lớp 5 mà có thể chia sẻ với chúng ta những cái chủ đề, những cái ý nghĩa, những cái thông điệp nó lớn lao như vậy. Có thể nói là thế hệ trẻ của chúng ta đã rất là mạnh dạn và tiếp thu được rất là nhiều những kiến thức cũng như là nhận thức được rất là nhiều tầm quan trọng ý nghĩa của cuộc sống, đúng không ạ? Ok, và bây giờ chúng ta sẽ đến với phần thi tiếp theo của bạn mang số báo danh 121, bạn Nguyễn Phương Khánh Đan. So we will welcome Nguyễn Phương Khánh Đan with the topic Hanoi Introduction. Okay, a big hand for Khánh Đan, please.
Hi everyone. Welcome back to Vietnam Discovery Network. I'm Kandan, your guide today. Our destination today is a very attractive place located in the north region of Vietnam with population of more than 8.3 million people and with an area of over 3,000 kilometers square. This city has been known as the land of 1,000 years of civilization, as well as an economic, cultural, and political center of Vietnam. Well, I guess you all think about this place. Yes, that's right. It's Hanoi, the capital city of Vietnam. From Ho Chi Minh City, you can reach to Hanoi by train, bus, self-driving cars, or simply by airplane. But the fastest way and most convenient way is by airplane. It only takes you 2 hours to travel from Ho Chi Minh City to Hanoi. Hanoi is attractive to tourists, especially foreigner tourists, because it has many appealing places and historical monuments. Hanoi is also appealing to visitors because of its traditional cuisine. Talking about traditional cuisine, it is impossible not to mention phở. Phở is a traditional cuisine in Vietnam, and Hanoi is known as the original hometown of phở. You can easily find phở served in many street stalls along Hanoi streets, and the flavor of phở in Hanoi is very special and unforgettable. So remember to try phở Hanoi to taste its original flavor. Hey guys, do you like to eat ice cream? I'm sure that this ice cream is the most delicious ice cream you've ever tasted. Yes, it's Trang Tinh ice cream. Trang Tinh ice cream has a long history and it seems to be culture of Hanoi people. There are many flavors, but my favorite one is green sticky rice. Don't miss this chance to come here to enjoy the delicious flavor of Trang Tinh ice cream, guys. Now, let's discover some scenic spots in Hanoi. Take a walk or a bike around Tây Lake or you call it West Lake to enjoy its natural beauty. It's so inspiring, right? Don't forget to bring a camera with you so you can capture many beautiful pictures. I highly recommend you to come at sunset. It's the perfect moment to enjoy the romantic scene of Tây Lake. If you want to discover charming colonial architecture of Hanoi, let's visit Hanoi Old Quarter with many ancient commercial streets and businesses with over 1,000 years history. Visitors can explore Vietnamese customs and buy fine souvenirs such as lacquerware, silk products, and conical hats. There are many historical monuments in Hanoi. I suggest you to come to the Temple of Literature, Quốc Tử Giám, the first university of Vietnam. You guys can also visit Salt Lake, One Pillar Pagoda, Ngọc Sơn Temple, and Hill Bridge. When visiting these places, you can explore the fascinating history of Vietnam. Another place that you definitely cannot forget when come to Hanoi. Yes, that's right. It is Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum at Baden Square. Baden Square is the place that our great Uncle Ho declared the independence of Vietnam. Remember to check the opening schedule to have chance to visit Uncle Ho, the great leader of Vietnamese Revolution. There are still many other intriguing things about Hanoi that I haven't told you yet. So you can know more about information about Hanoi on our website at www.thisvietnamdiscovery.com. Thank you so much and see you in our next destination. Goodbye.
Wow, yay, thank you, Khánh Đan. So just come here, all right? So I just want to ask you a quick question right now. So do you want to be like a tour guide in the future?
I think so because I love to travel around the world.
Okay, so did you travel to Hanoi before?
No, I haven't. I researched the information on Google.
Okay, so you live in Saigon, Ho Chi
Yeah.
Minh City, right? But you have a lot of like knowledge and information about
Thank you.
Hanoi. Thank you very much. And when I see your performance, when you see your information, like I feel hungry. Okay. All right. So we will listen to Miss Bronwyn. Miss Bronwyn will read some comments. Okay. So Miss Bronwyn, can you share with us about her performance?
More than happy to. More than happy to do that. It was a great approach, I thought, taking the role of the tour guide. And the first thing I wrote down was, I can see this is your career. You can do this so well. Your pace was good all the way throughout and your speech was clear. And I must admit, I had a little giggle, a little bit of a laugh when you got to ice cream. It is one of our favourite things. It's certainly one of mine. I always have some in the refrigerator ready to go. So learning about those flavours, that was fantastic. That just gave a nice light touch in amongst the historical and all the interesting things to do. So enjoyed it very much. Thank you for your
Okay.
contribution.
All right. Thank you, Miss Bronwyn. Miss Bronwyn, have you been in Vietnam before?
I have not, but I'll be heading straight for the ice cream, I think.
All right. So, but don't worry. If you have a chance to come to Vietnam, so you absolutely have one tour guide to take you around, especially Hanoi capital. All right.
I know who to contact.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Miss Bronwyn. So we will listen to Dr. Kuhn comments. So please.
Thank you very much, Kendang, for such a wonderful presentation about Hanoi. Only within 5 minutes, you could manage to give a snapshot of Hanoi City very well. I myself, love Hanoi City a lot myself as well, and I really appreciate your pictures and images you share in the presentation. I love it a lot. In the future, to improve your presentation more, you want to maintain eye contact with more people in the audience. I know sometimes you're not always confident on the stage because it is like stage fright. It is a very common phenomenon, right? But maintain eye contact with more people in the room and you feel better and you move a little bit more, right? Don't stand still in one place all the time. That is the only thing that you can improve and change in the future. I appreciate your presentation a lot and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Dr. Kuhn, do you like phở or Trang Tiền ice cream?
Many things. Ice cream, phở, bún đậu, mắm tôm, etc. a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the atmosphere, the city of Hanoi a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Dr. Kuhn. Okay, thank you again, Kendang.
Thank you.
Quý vị thân mến, chúng ta đã vừa trải qua 3 tiết mục rất là ấn tượng, rất là đặc sắc với nhiều chủ đề khác nhau đến từ tất cả các bạn thí sinh khác nhau. Tiếp theo chương trình với phần thuyết trình của bạn Hoàng Trầm Thục Quyên mang số báo danh 135. So a big hand for Thục Quyên with the topic the connection that exists between Vietnam and Australia. A big hand for Thục Quyên.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hoàng Trầm Thục Quyên. I'm 13 years old, and today I'm going to talk about the connection that exists in education between Vietnam and Australia. Vietnam has always been known as a country that has a really good relationship in education with Australia. In 2005, about 5,200 Vietnamese students studied in Australia, and 3/4 were fully self-sufficient. Australia has offered many full-time scholarships and other collaborative projects to potential Vietnamese students every year. These scholarship programs and other collaborative projects are actively contributing to human resource and development in Vietnam, helps to strengthen and further promote goodwill and cooperation between Vietnam and Australia. So what is the reason for Australia being one of the golden test children educational options for international students? Research has shown that during the late 20th century, the trends for Vietnamese students who study abroad is mainly to the US or Europe like UK, France, Germany as their choice to study in. But this trend has rapidly changed over the past 10 years as more and more students choosing to study in Australia. First of all, Australia has the Australian education system, AQF, which is designed to strengthen Australia's national qualification system, including general qualification, training course, and thorough educational pathway. And Australian is highly regarded in terms of practically application and democracy. In addition, Australia has trained by many of the world's leading scientists, expert actors, and prestigious Nobel Prize winners. 43 Australian university has achieved many high ranking, ranked by the prestigious organization and magazine such as We as ranking or Time Higher Education ranking. And Australian has become one of the best destinations for international students, including Vietnamese students worldwide. We have some examples like the University of Melbourne, Sydney University, or ANU, Australian National University. And it can be said that the effectiveness in educational connection between Vietnam and Australia is very obvious when we look at the success story of many Vietnamese graduated that emerged over the years. Example like Miss Stanley, founder of Emotive Company, is one of the 20 citizens whose portraits were introduced on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the establishment of the National Portrait Gallery in Canberra. Furthermore, many Vietnamese students have been very successful after studying in Australia. Example like the winner of the programs Road to the Top of Olympia is one of the most people who succeed after studying in Australia, and as well as Vietnamese university that have connected with university in Australia. And I'm sure that this connection will remain strong in the future as many talented international students in Vietnam are choosing Australia as the appropriate destination to further their study and improve their knowledge. Thanks for listening to my presentation and being a great audience. I wish you all have a wonderful morning ahead. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Thu Quyên, so much. Can I ask you, have you ever been in Australia?
No.
Not yet?
Yes.
But you want to go there?
Yes, because
Alright, so what grade are you in now?
I'm in grade 8.
Grade 8. So if you have a chance, do you want to go abroad to study?
I think it's a chance to study in Australia.
Yeah.
I think if I have a chance to study Australia, I think I will study and I can improve my knowledge a lot in there because I see on the TV and on my screen that at there we have a lot of best university in the world and a lot of expert and actor in there. So I believe after I have a chance to study in Australia, I will improve a lot.
Okay, that's cool. I can see most of young students, they choose Canada or they choose the United States to study. But can you tell me why you want to choose Australia?
I think, like I have said, that this trend for Vietnamese student has rapidly changed over the years because now Australian has a lot of improved in study and a lot. I watched the series Road to the Tops of Olympia in Vietnam, and the winner of that program is very successful after studying in Australia. So I believe when I have a chance to there, I will be like them.
Okay, cool, very good. With this topic, I would like to ask Miss Prangvin. She's Australian, so we
Yes.
will listen and we will see what she share with us. Okay,
Yeah.
Miss
How long?
Prangvin,
Thank you.
how do you think about this topic?
That was great. Lovely to link us not only by Zoom, but also by the topic that you've chosen. And it was nice to see my university mentioned there, Melbourne University. Now, we would love to have you. We would love to have you, so you are welcome. Once all of this COVID business is over and we're welcoming international students and everything gets back to normal. One thing I do want to mention that I enjoyed particularly about your presentation was the introduction of the success story. I feel when you bring in personal stories of people and their success and the benefits that they've gained from study overseas, it's well worth including in the presentation. Bringing in personal stories brings it to life. So maybe I would have suggested perhaps giving a bit more time to talk about one of them in some detail, but the idea was great. Much enjoyed. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Miss Bronwyn. I asked her. I asked her why she chose Australia but not Canada or United States. She just said she loved Australia. She loved a lot of things in Australia. And maybe in the future, if she have a chance to study abroad, she choose Australia. I like it, but so we have Miss Bronwyn. If you have a chance to go to Australia, so maybe Miss Bronwyn will be a tour guide for you, like just maybe someday for around the camera, around Sydney or somewhere in Australia. All right. Okay. Do you agree with that, Miss Bronwyn?
Lovely. Sounds good. Whenever you're ready to come, I'm ready to see you.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Bronwyn, again. How about you, Dr. Kung? What do you think about this performance?
Oh, I love what she said about Australia and Vietnam as well. Yes, there's a lot of connection between Vietnam and Australia in the past 35 years or so. It's true. And you know, I believe that your dream will come true in the future because where there's a will, there's a way. You know that proverb, right? Yeah. And you know, you're very confident on the stage, but to be more effective in the future, you want to, you know, don't share so many words on the screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a few words so that, you know, people can listen to you more. Yeah. Because that you share so many words on the screen, people don't listen to you. They look at the screen instead.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe to help the audience to understand you better, you'd like to have some main points at the very beginning of the presentation before you start explaining one by one. Yeah. That will you improve a lot in that way. But I really enjoy your presentation. I love the content presentation a lot. And thank you for a great performance.
Yes, thank you.
But do you agree with me that she is really confident and like really lovely on the stage, right?
Very, very confident.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I agree with Dr. Kung that you can improve you just put just a keyword in a presentation, not like a lot of sentences. People can just focus on the sentence. They read a lot, but you don't focus on what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Xin cảm ơn bạn Thục Quyên rất là nhiều với một chủ đề mang tính chất kết nối rất là hữu ích, rất là tích cực, một chủ đề liên quan đến đất nước và những điều tốt đẹp giữa Việt Nam và đất nước Úc. Okay, so we will move on to the next contestant, Trần Quyên Trúc Ngân, with the card 133 with topic How Music and English have changed my life. Oh my God, I really love this topic, and this is my topic. This is my favorite topic. Okay, let's give a big hand for her.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen here. I hope you are all well. Let's start with my name first. I'm Ngan. My full name is Trần Trúc Ngân, but you can call me as Ariana. I am now an 8th grader in Havilung Junior High School. And as you can see on the screen today, the topic which I'm gonna present to you today is how music and English have changed my life. And my talk today will be in 5 parts. The first part, I'm gonna talk about myself, but from my past. In the next part, I'm gonna talk about my musical journey. The third part is about my English journey. After that will be when I realize the truth. And finally, I'm gonna talk about myself now, a better version of the old me. And now let's jump into first portion of my speech, which is about my me but before. I started playing the piano when I was in third grade of primary school, and I started learning the English when I was in kindergarten. I was a really outgoing kid. I was a chatty kid. I would go everywhere, talk to everyone. I have so many friends, and I love them so much. But when I moved to the halfway of primary school, I mean the fourth and fifth grades and junior high school, I have some issues. The subjects were becoming so hard, but it's still good for me. But the piano, on the other hand, was even harder, so it bothers me. And as a result, I am an introvert. I'm always worried about myself, and I don't make many friends like before because some of the reasons. You know that my mother always reminds me about the advantages of learning the piano, like what connecting people, soothing one's mind. I know it has so many benefits, but it is boring, and I gave up. I took a year off from playing the piano, but after that, my mom insisted I have to practice it again, so I do it. But that time, you know what? It's not that bad as I thought. It is really good. I practiced so hard. I joined competition and won prizes. I was overjoyed. After a while, my mom and I decided that I need to practice more diligently so that I can perform well and enroll in the Ho Chi Minh City Conservatory of Music. And that's also my big goal now. And you have heard about my musical journey. Next is my English journey, and with me, this journey is really memorable and wonderful. I adore the English language when I first met this world. I watch cartoons in English, I self-talk in English, I do everything in English. And my parents also love English too. So they spend a lot of money for me to have chances to study it. My teachers are really proud of me also. And I will try my best to not make my teachers and parents or people around me feel proud about me. And I will improve my English as much as I can. And for the next part is when I realized the truth. Everything went really well until I realized that how fast I'm maturing. I realized that someday I will have to work hard for my future, for my family, for people around me. So I stopped thinking about quitting playing the piano because I think the piano will help me to connecting people and I will have more chances for my future, like study abroad or something that you will need music to connecting people together. And study hard will make my family financial situation more better. And my parents don't have to think much about the financial anymore. And me now. So after going through so much, I'm gradually completing myself. From a girl who always feel pessimistic about anything, I'm going, and I'm fighting the bright side of everything. I'm not too worried about the conditions I'm in anymore. I have learned to think about everybody around me. I have to think about my future more and more. And I know my limitations, and I'm gonna maximize my strength. And let me introduce you. This is my 9-year goal timeline. As you can see, from 2022 to 2024, I'm gonna get admission to my dream high school, which is now Nguyễn Hữu Hưng High School. I will enroll at the Ho Chi Minh City Conservatory of Music also. From 2025 to 2027, I will study well, and I will join school clubs. Because why? Joining school clubs is a good chance so that I can improve my skills. And I will also get ready for IELTS too. And from 2028 to 2030, I will try to get into the university that I want. I will find scholarships so that I can study abroad, like Australia. It's my dream country now. I will get ready for IELTS also, and I will start a small business, like small accessories, and I really like them also. They're cute, right? And that's what I want to say from now on. Thank you very much for being today and hearing my talk. You're fantastic audiences, and I hope it will be stay in your heart forever. Thank you so much.
Yay, yay, yay. So that is an impressive pathway. Okay, I impressive. All right, thank you, Trúc Ngân. So now we will listen to our judges, okay?
Yes.
So Dr. Khương, what do you think about her performance?
I was very moved to listen to her personal narrative. It is a personal narrative. It is not something performance at all. It is a personal story shared to the audience here. I really appreciate, and I was touched by that a lot, because that proves that you understand yourself very well. And as one Greek philosopher said, that Socrates said that, know thyself. That is the most important thing in life. But you know yourself now. You have your plan for the future as well. That is great.
Yes.
Yeah, I have not much to say about how you should improve yourself in the future. But unless one thing, except for one thing, that is, I think that if you expose yourself more to native speakers, you can sharpen your language speaking even more. It is very good now, don't get me wrong. But you can even sharpen it more by more exposure to native speakers.
Yes.
And intonation is very hard to improve, but you can do it if you practice more and more.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Khương. Do you like music, Dr. Khương?
I love music a lot. I'd love to listen to your performance of piano in the future as well.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. Can you sing?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I am looking forward to a performance between you and Dr. Khương. Like maybe you will play a piano for him, okay, for him to sing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so nice.
That's
okay.
a lovely idea. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Khương, and we will listen to Miss comments. Okay, just come here. Miss Prangwin, do you like music?
I love music. I can sing, but not very well. So you don't want to include me in any of your singing activities. But it is fun.
So Trúc Ngân said that music changed her life, changed her pathway a lot from kindergarten to now. A lot, and now she's really confident, and she's always she is always confident if she have music. So, what do you think about this?
I think her confidence comes across in perhaps a bit of a different way to some of the other performers. You have a lovely smile, and you started with a big smile, which made me think confident. Maybe you weren't, but it came across really well. And then you used that smile all the way through, showing me that you were enjoying what you were doing. Like Dr. Dung, I enjoyed the personal approach. It always works well. If there's one thing we know, it's our own story, and we can tell it simply and with dignity. And you did that. It was an interesting personal story. I did like your start, the way you organised the material for us, and you said, I'm going to tell you these things in this order. And that made us ready to take the information in. So that was a very good start. I want to wish you all the best in reaching those goals. I have no doubt you'll do it. Well done.
All right, thank you, Miss Bronwyn. Miss Bronwyn, one more question for you. Well, can you play any instrument?
Sadly, no. But it's not too old to learn.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Bronwyn. Okay. Thank you, Trung Anh again. All right. You have such a amazing performance. Thank you so much. Và chúng ta sẽ đến với một phần thuyết trình tiếp theo của bạn Nguyễn Gia Hân mang số báo danh 088 với một chủ đề cũng rất là hay, rất là ấn tượng. So we will welcome Nguyễn Gia Hân with a topic: Why do Gen Z spend so much time on the internet? So a big hand for Gia Hân, please.
Hi, my name is Gia Hân. I was born in the same year when the first iPhone was introduced to the community. Growing up, I have always been asked questions such as, why are you always playing games and chatting online? Why do kids these days always have their noses stuck to the screen? Why are you chatting with people on the internet? They're not good. They try to kidnap you. This will lead us to a main problem. Why does Gen Z spend so much time on the internet? Generation Z, or as known as Gen Z, is a generation group that was born between the mid to late 1990s and the early 2010s. I am a Gen Z teen. Here are my audiences. Are you also a Gen Z? Please raise your hands. What is so different about our generation is that we are the first generation to be born in the technological era. This means that we have grown up using the internet as an online tool to learn, entertain, communicate, and so much more. According to Statista, as of January 2021, there have been 4.66 active billion. There have been 4.66 billion active internet users worldwide, taking up 59.5% of the global population. The internet has become one of the most important factors in our daily life. The internet connects every single one of us together, introducing many new forms of communication. The internet has opened a whole new world of online learning, online advertisements, online news, libraries, and so much more. But some adults, like our parents and teachers, think that we, Gen Z, spend so much time on the internet and that we are addicted to it. They're not wrong, but they're not entirely correct. Being born during the technological era, we, Gen Z, have developed some new traits that are not usually found in other generations. When communicating online, we usually show our online persona. An online persona is an aspect of our personality that we show when we communicate virtually. An online persona is often different from our real-life personality. It is because the online and offline environments allow different ways for us to respond to each other. We show our online persona when we interact with someone on social media. I will take myself as an example. I feel more comfortable talking to new people online than in real life. Texting allows me to reread my answers, making sure that I am satisfied with them before sending them to the person on the other side of the screen. In real life, I am an enthusiastic person. I want to be involved in every game and conversation. However, while interacting online, I would rather be laid back and be quiet in group chats and games. For me, I think having an online persona is a pretty cool and useful thing. Being aware of the two different aspects of my personality, I can understand other people in the same situation. This would make both of us feel more comfortable when talking, as we might know how the other person is feeling when talking online or offline. So, we can see that the internet is not such a bad thing. It may be addicting if the user is using it the wrong way. But if we can understand how the internet works, we would definitely receive many benefits from it. Using the advantages that the internet gave us, we can open a whole new world of online communication and develop human society even further. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.
All right, so I would like to ask Dr. Kung. All right, so we will see what Dr. Kung get any comment about your performance. Okay, please, Dr. Kung.
You know, thank you very much for such a significant presentation, Yahung. I could understand what you're talking about because I work online a lot myself as well, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic in the past 2 years or so. And I really like the way that you present yourself in public. You look very serious on the stage, to be honest, but keep it that way because that is who you are and it is very natural that way. The way you interact with the audience is really interesting because you ask a rhetorical question at the very beginning of your presentation. That is very good because you draw my attention to your topic, which is great. And very clear and very interesting examples about yourself as a member of that generation. You're involved in the topic, and it is not a theoretical, but it is a first-hand experience from yourself. It's great. But if you ask me, what you should do to improve yourself in the future, I would say that, yeah, there are a few things you can improve. Number one is maybe, that's a kind of like, because the topic is about why Gen Z spend a lot of time on the internet, on the computer in general. But then in the body of the presentation, you just focus on the online persona, right? So the topic could be about online persona instead, for example.
Yeah.
Because we expect more ideas in the body of the presentation. You know what I mean? That is the only thing that I think you can consider for yourself for future improvement.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Kung. Okay, so we will have one more just come here and we will listen to. Okay, Miss Pronwen, this is Yahung, and she is talking about Gen Z, and Gen Z is working on the internet. So what do you think about her performance?
I think that the Gen Z topic is a really big one. For those of us who are definitely not Gen Z, many generations before, it's still important because we have to understand, especially as a teacher, how to interact and how to understand Gen Z people like your good self. So I thought it was a good idea to use yourself as an example to inject your personality into the story. And as we are telling a story in many cases. I thought your body language and positioning was quite good. I didn't pick up the previous movements or gestures too much. That was great. Your speech could be a little bit clearer, I think. I'd be looking at some variation in pace if I were to suggest an improvement. A few phrases were lost. Just not able to use it as clearly as I would have liked, just here and there. It certainly didn't spoil the overall picture. I thought you presented some really good points and that gave me something to think about. So thank you.
Okay, Ms. Pronwen, one more question for you. What do you think about Gen Z nowadays? Can you describe them in like 1 or 2 words?
Internet savvy, meaning knowing what they're about, and I wish I could have them teaching me how to do it because I didn't grow up with it. I've come to it so much later.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree.
How would I describe myself? I would say jealous of Gen Z and their ability to adapt so easily to technology.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, thank you, Ms. Pronwen. Okay. So we have a lot of experience and we have a lot of information in Yahung's performance. So I think that Gen Z, I would say Gen Z will change the world in the future, right? Okay. Again, thank you, Yahung, a lot with terrific performance. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Từ đầu chương trình đến giờ thì chúng ta đã được chứng kiến những phần thuyết trình, những màn trình diễn của các bạn thí sinh ở hình thức offline, và tiếp theo chương trình của chúng ta ngay sau đây sẽ là phần trình diễn của các bạn theo hình thức online. Và chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu chương trình với thí sinh đầu tiên, đó là bạn Đỗ Nguyễn Mai Anh với số báo danh 026. Okay, so we will welcome the first contestant, Đỗ Nguyễn Mai Anh, and we will see what she is talking about. All right, let's give a big hand for Mai Anh.
My name is Đỗ Mai Anh from 3M class at Vòng A Primary School. My candidate number is 26, and I'm very happy to be here today to talk to you about a very interesting topic, which is plastic pollution. My presentation is divided into two main points. The first one is, what are the effects of plastic pollution? The second one is, what can we do to prevent plastic pollution? Let's get started with the first part. The first part is, what are the effects of plastic pollution? As you know, we're turning the world into a giant landfill full of plastic. But what are its effects? Well, the first effect is that plastic pollution is killing millions of animals in the world each year. Now, let's imagine a turtle swimming happily in the water, and suddenly it spots a plastic bag. In its head, in its mind, it thinks that the plastic bag is a jellyfish. So it gobbles the plastic bag up, and then it dies. The second effect is that plastic pollution can have impacts on human health. Now, did you know that whenever you're eating the meat, there are microplastics, which are tiny pieces of plastic inside your meat, and that may cause cancer. Now, why are there microplastics inside our meat? Now, if a chicken ate some plastic and that chicken died, some people took the meat out of that chicken, and inside the meat there are those microplastics that the chicken ate. So we are also eating the microplastics too. That's all I want to talk about the first part. Now we'll move on to the second part. The second part is, what can we do to prevent plastic pollution? Basic ways to prevent plastic pollution. The first one is that we can recycle plastic bottles. Now you're thinking that we can't recycle plastics. So plastic bottles are the only kind of plastics that we can recycle. Other kinds of plastics cannot be recycled. The second way is that we don't throw plastics in random places. If I were walking on the sea and I had a smoothie, I drank all that smoothie up, and the can, was empty. And again, I won't throw that smoothie into the beach, into the sea, on the sand. I won't throw it anywhere like random. Just think of another way to reuse that can. Like putting seashells inside and starting a seashell collection. Lastly, we should pack our food in reusable containers, such as plastic containers and cloth bags. We won't put them in plastic bags because that's not reusable. That can't be used over and over again. In conclusion, today we have mentioned about two main points. The first one is the effects of plastic pollution, which are killing millions and millions of animals each year, and impacts on human health. The second main point is that we can reuse, recycle, pack our food in reusable containers to make a huge difference in the earth and to make the earth clean again. That's all my presentation for today. Thanks for listening. questions, please ask me.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mayan, so much. Hello, Mayan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, very good. Before we listen to our churches comments, so I would like to ask you some question. Actually, I am very impressed. I very impressed your English, and I love your intonation. So, how old are you, Mayan?
Thanks for that interesting question. I'm only 8 years old.
4 years.
It's not 4.
Okay, so can you tell me where you are from? Are you living in Ho Chi Minh City?
Yes, I am. No, I'm not. But I live in Hanoi in Vietnam. But I am still very happy. To be here today.
Okay, so you are in Hanoi right now, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I really like your presentation today, your performance. You are so confident. Very good. So now we will listen to our comments. Okay. All right. So I would like to ask Dr. Nguyễn Huy Cương. So what do you think about her performance?
Hello, Mayan. Do you hear me very well?
Hi, I hear you well.
Oh, excellent. I'm really impressed by your short but very interesting presentation about plastic pollution. But I'm very curious why you choose such an interesting topic for your presentation today.
Well, because I want to stop plastic pollution because it's also making global warming and the earth more hot. That's why it's called global warming. I want to stop for our animals and for the world to make it clean again.
That's lovely. Thank you.
I don't want to hurt the animals. I just want to make them clean. No, not the animals clean, but the earth clean, and want to make them happier again. And some of the most rare species are becoming extinct because of us, because of human activity.
Thank you. And you look so confident. And I especially like the way you express yourself, via your body language. You move, you use hand gestures a lot. That means a lot in the presentation. And yeah, I mean, your talk is very well structured as well, with a very clear introduction, body conclusion, and transitions as well. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, very clear and very fluency, right? Okay, Mayan. So we have one more judge. She is from Australia, and let's see what she think about your performance. Okay, so Miss Bronwyn, what do you think about Mayan's performance?
I did appear indeed a very confident performance. I must admit I had some difficulty with the audio through that one. I think it improved a little towards the end and I adjusted my volume. I don't believe this was the candidate's issue at all, but I found it a little bit difficult to hear some of the content, which was unfortunate. Now, I don't know whether this is just that particular performer or if it is ongoing and maybe something with a connection, internet issue. I don't know, or even regarding how our Zoom is set up at the moment. So if I have any further problems, I'll pop it into the chat again to let you know. But one thing I'd like this candidate to do is keep the hands a bit more still. If you're going to gesture, do it with purpose rather than have it being quite repetitive where you're doing the same thing a lot. Just watch that. I would also like you to take pauses and give it some variation, because it's very, very much on the one level and could have been improved in that way. But I just have to admire the confidence of that young performer. Well done.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your comments, Ms. Bronwyn. All right, thank you, Mayan, again, and congratulations for your great performance. And we will see you later after the final round finish. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, have a good evening.
Have a good day.
Bye.
So we will move on to a next contestant. Let's welcome Ngô Thảo Nguyên with the code 02A with the topic, why and how could kids save the world? All right, give her a big hand, please.
Good afternoon, educators and teachers. My name is Ngô Thảo Nguyên, and I'm a fifth grader currently living in Hanoi. Today, I'll be talking about why and how could kids save the world. Our planet is our home, the place that sustains and supports us, but are we living in harmony with nature? It seems like we humans are building a self-destruction path, destroying the very home that shelters us. Do you know that 60% of trash are floating and drifting in freshwater ecosystems, the lakes and rivers, where it comes to our water? Do you know about the two poles in Earth, the North Pole and the South Pole, are beginning to have issues of melting ice caps because of climate change, of the smoke and the litter we made out? Well, we need to make a change. Well, adults, well, they have money, they have a lot of relationships, and they could maintain on their own. But we children, we are just small kids, want to help. We do not have any money yet, and we just not have a lot of relationships with businessmen or women. So we are a little bit back from adults. So luckily, there are still some ways that we could help the earth. Firstly, save paper. What do you do with your old textbooks or novels that are not in use? Well, books and novels are not doing any harm. Why not donate them to your younger siblings, kids around the world who do not have educational access to education, or kids in your neighborhood? Well, that could change the world. You know, the book I'm holding in my hand here, and every book you have too, is actually made from a factory. As much as the books were made, as much as the smoke from the factory are released too, and it damaged brutally to the ozone area. Well, while you give this to other kids, it will also decrease the amount of smoke released, but also do not make the children have less faith in books and do not want to gather information. Well, secondly, save resources. Did you know that only 0.03% of 70% of water available on Earth is fresh water, which we use? Well, if we do not save water and waste them and use them in a messy way, the fresh water will not be sustained and will not be saved for the future generations. Well, how can we help? We could turn the tap on while we're brushing our teeth, or to take the shorter showers and avoid taking so much washes at a time. You might be thinking, what's the matter if I just turn my tap on just for 4 minutes a day? What's the big deal? I want you to think about this. What if 8 billion people on Earth turn the tap on while they're brushing their teeth twice a day for 4 minutes? I'm sure that the fresh water we have will not be saved any soon and will be wasted in the future, and we kids will not have any to use to left. As well as electricity. We need to save electricity by using solar panels. Solar panels will take energy from the sun, and we will not have to use electricity, will damage the ozone layer and make pollution. Lastly, think about your purchasing habits. Well, do you find things in your room or your house that you didn't know you had? Well, I'm sorry to say that, but I think that you're not very a responsible consumer if you say yes. Well, a responsible consumer doesn't buy what we need, not because of the attractive markdowns or sales. Whenever it's groceries, home products, school products, or anything else, we do just buy what we need. Well, I have a sharpener here. Well, what could I do with two sharpeners? Well, I think that one sharpener is fine with me. Can I do with one sharpener or rather two? I can do with both of them, but if we buy one, it will save the world Earth so much better, not causing too many smoke into the ozone and causing pollution. Well, so how do you realize that how the kids could save the world and change, and how it made an impact on your minds about saving the world? Well, thank you for listening to my talk and have a good day. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, with your presentation, I would like to ask Dr. Kung again. He will give you some comments about your presentation. Okay, please.
Can you hear me very well, Thạnh Mỹ?
Yeah, I can hear you really well.
And do you see me on the screen as well?
Can you please repeat that because I haven't heard it so clear?
See me on the screen as well, or you just hear my voice?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Oh, that's great. All right. I believe that the topic is really interesting, and it is quite radical for a young, child like you. But it is a very significant topic for sure. I'm surprised, of course, when you choose to talk about, how to save the world in that way.
Yeah,
And it is a virtual presentation, but you look so confident and calm, in front of your computer screen. And I'm really impressed by how natural your intonation is. It is a big plus, for your presentation. And even though you don't have any slides for the presentation, but I really appreciate your selection of your artifacts, the book, and an item to illustrate your main points. I mean, congratulations. I really like the talk, the way you present the talk as well. And I hope that you continue, keep up your good work in the future, and keep improving your English more in the future, so that you have a very bright future, so that you can save the world even more.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kung. And we have one more church from Australia. Okay, so I would like to ask Miss Bronwyn. Miss Bronwyn, can you give her some comments about her presentation?
Look, I'm really sorry, I wasn't able to hear you very well. And that is nothing to do with you, I'm sure. It's something with our technology as to the previous speaker. So I could see that you look confident and presented well, your tone of voice sounds nice, but I missed a lot. So I'm going to have the video of your speech sent to me so I can assess it properly. I think that's fair to you. So I'm sorry, I'll have to leave it there.
All right, yeah, sure. Okay, thank you, Miss Bronwyn. Okay, Mayan, before we say goodbye to you, just a quick question for you. Where are you living now?
Like where am I like living right now?
Yeah.
I'm currently living in Hanoi City.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so we will see you later after the contest finishes. Okay. All right. Thank you again, and have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Goodbye.
We'll move to the next contestant with interesting topic: free education. And we will see what is free education. All right, now let's welcome Đào Gia Hân with a card 0 to 9.
Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." This quote explains how education can be important to a kid's life and education can change the world. It is probably one of the most important tools to change one's life. Education certainly determines the quality of an individual's life. Education improves one's knowledge, skills, and develops personality and attitude. However, some kids can't have an education due to financial problems. Hello everybody, my name is Đào Gia Hân, and today I am going to present about free education. This presentation, firstly, I will talk about the reasons why free education should be available. Secondly, why is free education perceived by schools globally? Third, how do you create a free education? Fourth, how can you support to make free education possible? And last but not least, examples of free education. These are the reasons why free education should be available. Firstly, free education offers a better future for students. Some students face debts and drop out of school because they don't have enough money to pay off the school's tuition. Having a free education would leave them debt-free in the future and not worry about money anymore. Free means that most students will have access to education and hence their increasement of getting employment. Additionally, free education is the key to equality. It is a major issue for so many people when it comes to attending college. The playing field has not always been equal. A lot of the brightest minds stem from low-income places, but that should not hold them back from studying their education. Now, last but not least, free education widens the workforce. Along with technological progressions comes a shift in the workforce. Automation is spreading quickly across the positions that require repetition, like back office tasks. However, automation is not meant to replace the entire workforce. Instead, the needs of most economies are shifting to require a more skilled workforce with people who have good analytical skills and creative thinking abilities. These skills are both honed with a college education. Now I will answer the question, why isn't free education perceived by schools globally? First of all, some people said that free education wastes effort. All the teachers, staff members in the free school work very hard so the students can have a qualified education. In spite of that, most free schools don't pay the teachers and staff members because they don't receive anything from parents, so the teachers are like that too. However, I disagree with this statement because you can work hard every day without something in return, but you can always remember that you are helping thousands and thousands of students complete their education and then will have a better future. Not only that, students with free education won't value education as much because the education is free. For example, we can buy our things because it has a value in it, and free things don't have much value. This situation is the same with free education. But once and again, I disagree with this statement because free education has many efforts by many people to make this happen. You see it as free. If some students see it as free, you won't know how much work it has put into to make free education possible. Lastly, many people said that free school would lead to an overcrowding institutions. As I said before, free schools are for people that don't have enough money to pay off the regular schools, but unfortunately, there are millions of people like that don't have enough money to pay all the regular schools. Free schools would be overcrowded with poor students, and they wouldn't be able to learn such a crowded atmosphere. This is the reason why I am fighting for the poor students, and free education should be available and possible globally so poor students can learn together and not worry about their future. Okay, so when all the problem is solved, what is the next step to create a free education? Of course, creating the free school. University of People has a very unique but easy way of creating a free school. I really like their idea, so I will say it in this presentation. First of all, if building facilities and hiring workers cost money, why don't you build an online school on your computers? So you only need a computer to get your diploma and college application. Secondly, when you hire a teacher, you need money for them. But some teachers are the same. Volunteers can replace as teachers. They only need some experience and a qualified application. And then you can create the University of Free School, like University of People. But if we can't create a school, what can we do to help? First of all, we should call for the humanity and kindness of people. We should educate people to know what the problem the earth is having, and we should help children with financial problems to get their education and maybe change the world one day. Secondly, we should fundraise to free schools. We fundraise to free schools so they, as I said before, they could help students with financial problems, get an education, and get a better future. Last and not least, these are the examples of free education. First, the school Ludwig Maximilians Universität Munich of Germany. Second, the University of Helsinki, Finland. Third, Free University Berlin, Germany. Fourth, University of People. Fifth, University of Oslo, Norway. Free education will be a problem for many years in this world. However, in my opinion, I believe that children should have free education to complete and have a better future. Thank you for listening. Do you have any questions for me?
Hi, it's Bronwyn. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. Look, while we're just waiting for things to get organised, I'll give you some of my comments. I loved your enthusiastic manner. Education clearly means a lot to you. It does to me. I'm a teacher, as is our other judge. And that really shone through that you believe this is important, and it is. I love the way you started that comment or quote from Nelson Mandela, and then you moved so nicely into a clear structure, which helped us to know what you were planning to do, where you were going. You have a really convincing manner, and I think that comes back to the fact that you believe in your topic. That shone through strongly. Your speech was clear. There's one thing I would encourage you very much to do, and that is to stop constantly using your hands. They were moving all the time. Now, if you did less of it and used it for a particular point, like the quote by Nelson Mandela, it would have more impact. Think of it this way. If you're typing a document and you bold the entire page, nothing stands out. But if you just bold maybe 10 things, as in a speech, if you gesture on 10 important points, it'll have a lot more power and impact. Something for you to think about, and somewhere where I think your presentation can be made so much better. I wish you well. Let's see if others are there to take over. Are you there, Dr. Gung?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your comments. Okay. How about Dr. Kung? What do you think?
Thank you, Rowan, and thank you very much, Ye-Hung, for a very interesting presentation. The topic is very interesting because I'm an education person myself as well. And maybe it is a little bit too much for your age, but I like the way that you are very confident about the topic you choose to talk about. That is very good.
Yes.
And I believe that because it is a virtual presentation, so you are busy with many things at the same time. The computer screen, right? The slides, so on and so forth. Maybe in the future you can buy a clicker. It could be a very good tool for yourself, because with a clicker you can transition the slides very easily. So that you don't have to look at the screen all the time. You know what I mean? So that you can maintain more eye contact with the audience in the future. And maybe you want to be more selective in your contents, because like you've got 5 main points. It is a bit too much for one short presentation like this, right? Be more selective in designing your slides. Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, it is because of the virtual presentation that you are so busy with so many things at the same time. That can have some impact on the way you present yourself a lot. But I believe that with preparation you can perform very well in the future, and you are a very good speaker of English. Thank you.
Thank you for your feedback. I would take that advice.
Okay. Dr. Kung, do you know what? When I see her presentation, I imagine that I am listening to like a senior, like maybe senior speaker from the university over the world, something like that. Many interesting information from this topic, right?
But I'm sure that she's interested in what she's talking about. That's the main point.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, thank you so much, Ye-Hung. And now we will welcome one boy. He will tell us about fruit. Maybe he will bring to us like many fruit today. Okay, let's welcome Cao Phú Quý with the card 106. Yeah, let's give him a big hand. Wow. Hello. Hello, Quý.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm very happy.
Okay, very good. I see you appearing like a singer. Can you sing a song for us?
Yes.
Can you sing a song?
Okay.
All right. Just short. What song do you want to sing?
I will sing Dance Monkey by Tony and I.
Okay, perfect. Go.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Oh, 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 oh. I never seen everybody do the thing to do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me. Hey. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again.
from you. I never seen everybody do the thing to do before. They say, move for me, move for me, move for me. When you're done, I'll make you do it all again, all again.
Wow, that's so amazing. I can tell you now, I am your big fan. Remember, okay? Hi, thank you, Phú Quý. Very good. And your topic today is fruit. I like it. I like this topic, and I hope that you can make it offline, and maybe I can have some fruit from you. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi guys, my name is Phú Quý. I'm from Hanoi. Today, I will tell you some information about fruit. Now we'll go to the first content. Fruit and seeds. Where fruit grows. Fruit and seeds. The second content. New fruit plants. New fruit plants. Fruits and animals. The third content. Fruit is good for you. How to eat fruit. It's good for you. All around the world, there are different types of fruits. Some fruits are big and some fruits are small. Can I ask a question? Do you like to eat fruits? What is your favorite fruit? Can I ask you a little bit question? What is your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit is an apple.
Okay.
I love a peach.
Okay. And these are my knowledge about fruit and seeds. Now we'll go to the first, fruit and seeds. Fruit grows on plants. Tree is a type of plant. Some types of fruit grow on big or small trees. And this is a question of answer. Where does fruit grow? Apples, peaches, and mangoes grow on big trees. But some types of fruits grow on smaller plants as strawberries. Different fruits. Fruits can be green, red, orange, yellow, purple, blue, or black. Fruit can be long or short, oval or round. Fruit and seeds. Some types of fruit have many little seeds. A dragon fruit has many little seeds. Some types of fruit have one big seed. A mango has one big seed whenever we cut into 6 them. Some types of fruit have seeds on the outside. I always thought the seeds would be in the fruit until I ate strawberries and saw cashews. I'm so surprised. Now we go to the second, new fruit plants. How does a new fruit plant grow? 1. A seed in the fruits makes a new plant. 2. Leaves make food for the plant, for the new plant so it can grow. 3. Flowers grow on the plant. 4. The flowers get old and
the petals fall from the plant. 5. New fruit grows. 6. Old fruit falls to the ground and rots. How a new fruit plant grows. What do seeds do? Seeds makes new plants. Old fruit falls from a plant to the ground. New plants grow from the seeds. Many animals eat fruit. Birds, monkeys, and mice eat fruit. They eat in the trees and on the ground. It's good for plants to grow in a new place. They can grow big and tall. Now we will go to the third. Fruit is good for you. How to eat fruit. When we are open a fruit and look inside, we can see the skin, flesh, and seeds. Do you know we can use a skin of the mangosteen fruit to make medicine, like oranges, longan. Fruit is good for your heart, eyes, skin, and body. When we eat fruit, they help us don't hungry. You can eat fruit when you are thirsty too. It's good to eat 2 or 3 different types of fruit every day. Fruit is good for you. Thank you for listening and watching my presentation. So goodbye.
So I will ask Miss Pronwin from Australia. So Miss Pronwin, do you hear clearly about his presentation?
I did, that there was no problems there. And you made me hungry. You made me hungry. I have some nice pictures in the kitchen, and I'm certainly going to have a go at a few of those later on. I loved your smile and your engaging manner. That came across so well, and you carried that all the way through your presentation.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. I felt your PowerPoint was a bit too dominant, and it's not really a PowerPoint presentation that I guess I'm looking for. It's a public speech. So your aids are meant to be a backup. And I think when you designed, and they were great PowerPoint slides, but there were lots of different transitions and effects that as an audience member, and I am that as well as a judge, I find myself looking at how you're switching from one slide to the next. And that takes the concentration of the listener away from what you're telling and the importance of your message. So try to think about the future presentations, try to think about how can I, meaning you, the presenter, be the focus point, and the PowerPoint be your backup, be something to add to you rather than the other way around. Okay. That's what I would be suggesting. Well done, enjoyed it, thank you. And I'm headed to get some fruit very soon.
Okay, thank you, Miss Bronwyn. Okay, how about you, Dr. Kung? Can you share something?
Pui, I love you. I love your presentation a lot. I love you the way you are dressed for the event this afternoon. It is a very lovely coat. I wonder where you got it, but you have to tell me later. Your smile is gorgeous. You know, you're so confident. You're so smiley. Yeah. You make me and everybody here smile a lot as well with you. You know, smiling could be very contagious in that way. And beautiful slides. You know, very like, how do you say it? Like very environmentally friendly slides. Very beautiful slides for your age and for the topic as well. And like Ms. Browen, I believe that in future presentations, you may want to speak, not read from the slides. You know what I mean? Because that way could distract you from the audience. So don't read the slides. Just show some key words on the slide and you speak to the audience. It would be even more interesting. It is even more appealing to the audience who want to listen to you a lot. And don't include so many words on the slides either. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in general, it is a very good presentation. I love the way you present yourself in the public space like this. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you, Dr. Kung. And I just remind you that I am your fan. Okay? I am your
Okay.
fan now. All right, thank you so much. Thank you for your presentation, and we will see you later. All right. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Now we will see Nguyễn Lưu Phúc Hiền. She will give us some information about Japan with the topic My Favorite Country. Okay, let's give him a big hand, please.
Konnichiwa. Hashimemashite. Today my name is Mary. I'm 9 years old. You might know that from the first start, I like Japan. It's a beautiful country for sure. But the best thing about Japan is still the cherry blossom. But before we get into the topic, let me just say, Japan is a country that actually have the most portion of those. Now let's get started. Japan is a country that's filled with flowers and trees. Mostly the popularest flowers in Japan is cherry blossom. It's a kind of flower that is pink, white, bloomed together. It looks very beautiful, and when they have actually grow into bunches. And normally around Tokyo, there are lots of cherry blossoms. Normally, when you walk out of work, when you go to work in the morning, the cherry blossom blooms out. You can just imagine that would be so beautiful, right? And literally, the flowers are also very beautiful. There's many other kinds, but most popular is cherry blossoms. And some other things that was very popular by cherry blossoms is also the meaning of spring comes when cherry blossom blooms. It's a beautiful flower for sure, but is it as good? But let's just say cherry blossom is one popular flower. Now let's talk about food in Japan. Japan has mostly delicious culture, but normally I really wanted to eat one of the I really want to try ramen. It's one of the Japan original meal. I really like it, but I never eaten one before because I never visited Japan before or didn't eat it. But I know how to make it. I have research online. First, you have to drain rice and make the noodle dough. First, the dough, and there are two ways to make the noodle, by hand or by machines. These days, machines are really popular, but the original kind from hand is still real popular on street food in Japan. Normally, the broth would be very rich and flavorful. I really want to try one day. Normally, it will come with seaweed or sometimes eggs. And from the listening, I have seen some videos. I always saw that they always eat the eggs after they eat the noodles. So it will make the broth more richer and the food will not be wasted. And now I'm going to talk about people in Japan. People in Japan are really kind, and mostly their culture is really nice. And when you sit down and have your meal, you have to be polite And that if you don't say anything and you just eat your food straight away, that was considered as impolite to them. So you might want to say something before you eat. And next thing is, when you come to Japan, please consider wearing a mask. You know about the pandemic, right? So for now, you should please wear a mask if you want to come to Japan. So let's talk about my favorite thing that is quite weird about Japan. I like anime, mangas, and comics. In Japan, there are like those wear cosplays like anime characters. And normally, I'm one of those person who will like anime or comics. Most popularly, I like Doraemon or Maruko-chan. It's one of my favorite comics. I often read them a lot. I even have some on my bookshelf. I really, really love comics. Now, I'm gonna talk about the most important thing in Japan that I love and always liked. Schools in Japan. I love schools in Japan, you know? Normally, there are different things from school in Japan and other countries. Like in your country, maybe you have like cafeterias or like eating rooms or some sort of that. But in Japan, in schools, we actually eat in classrooms, and we doesn't like eat any. Okay, so let's just say that in Japan, we eat in classroom, but don't say it's too dirty, because children or students as well bring their own mat, like those mats you spread around, and chopsticks, their own chopsticks, and their food, trash after eating like milk bottle will be recycled right after that. And Japan is a very clean country, and mostly Japan learning experience is very nice. I've watched a lot of videos about Japan schools and really want to come there one day, but still I doesn't have lots of money or something to come there. But my dreams will be fulfilled one day when I grow up. So thank you for listening.
Okay, so Dr. Kung, so you said that you traveled to Japan and you like Japan a lot. So what do you think about?
Thank you, Đức Hiền. And when I saw you in that kind of dress, I feel like you are from Japan yourself. But I love the way you are dressed a lot. Yeah, it's beautiful. I really like the way that you look at the camera and talk in a very confident manner. I like the way you move your hands. You know, I believe that some people say it's a little bit too much, but for me it is pretty appropriate, because the hand gesture proves that you are expressing yourself in a very good way. And I like your intonation a lot. I like your English intonation.
Yes.
It's very natural, very easy to understand, and you emphasize the key words very clearly.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe in the future presentations, you can consider talking a little bit about the main points before you analyze one by one in the body of your presentation. Is that okay?
Okay.
It should help the reader, the audience a lot to follow what you're talking about more easily that way. Very good job. Yeah, thank you very much and good luck.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kung. Miss Prongwen, have you ever been in in Japan, Miss Prongwen?
No, I have not, but I too have always admired the country and the culture, and I love the way that you wore the Japanese dress. You didn't really need aids, because I was looking at the beautiful design of what you were wearing, and that did it for you. Your admiration for the culture and the country shone through very well. I also like the informality of your delivery. We've had great variation with the different presentations. We've had some where PowerPoint is very much a feature, others where, in this case, it was you and your message and your costume, which was the main focus point. The speech was clear, the pace was good. I would encourage you in future to take your pauses when you're moving from one point to another. I'm just checking, I noticed one here. For example, when you're moving from flowers to food, if you take a pause for a count of 1 or 2 or 3, then still, that allows us to think, okay, we've finished with that point, we must be going to move on to something else. So take your pauses between sections. That's a cue for your listeners. And I think that I agree with Dr. Gung that it would be better if there were a stronger structure in this. So more of an introduction which explained where you were going, and then those pauses between items when you get to let us know you're moving on. But it was a lovely speech and inspired me for all things Japanese. So thank you.
Yes. Yeah, really agree with you. This is a lovely presentation, right? All right. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Okay, now we will welcome Nguyễn Ngọc Tú Quyên with how we can have fun at a beach. All right, please welcome.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dwayne. I'm English Miss Victoria. I'm 8 years old, and I'm in class 2D, but in primary school number 2. And today, do you know how we can have fun at the beach? So there were so many different kinds of things that you can do at the beach. You can do sand castles, you can do volleyballs, you can do kite surfing, you can also do diving. It's very deeply. And do you know how we can play all of that things? So it's very easy to. Example, you want to play sand castles. Sand castles, you just pick up 2 things and you just get a tool here and you just dig some sand and we will put it in the mold and we just get a little bit some water over there and we just pour it inside. And 1 second is what we got dissolving, and when you just flip it and you just get a tool again and you just back. And when you just open it, you can see the picture. And also you want to play volleyballs. Volleyballs is not for children, but actually for parents. So children can also watch the parents do and play up the volleyballs. And there was 2 people on the side. 1 people will throw the ball. 1 people will hit the ball and roll back to it. And when these people here hit to the net and it's got trapped inside the net, and these people still have a ball, so these people win. And if these people do the same, these people will win. And if these people will roll the ball on the back of these people, these people will win. And if these people do the same like these people win too. And you also want to play kite surfing. Kite surfing, you just stand on the board here and you just hold a kite here and the kite just falling down. So you just have to wait for the wind to blow. Whee! And this will be got trapped inside kite here and it will be stronger and it will be blow you away. And it's very fast, but don't go too far. And you will get lost. And also you want to play diving. And you just get the mask, breathe air, so you just put it on your face. And there was a hose, it's very long. And you just has to dive in and you already see all the animals like fishes, turtles, and be careful for sharks. And you just very carefully and go inside. Don't touch the cover fish. This will be gonna sting you. Ew, the needles. And there were so many different kinds of things more. So I just a little bit confusing. So I can talk about you and all that things because there were so many. And let me know what is your favorite thing you want to do at the beach. And thank you for your listening, teacher. And I hope you enjoy my best spiel. So now, goodbye.
All right, thank you. Just stay here. Just stay here, Victoria. Can I call you Victoria?
Yeah.
Okay, Victoria, we have Dr. Kương and Miss Prongwen. So we will hear what they think about your presentation. Okay? All right,
Yeah.
Dr. Kương, please.
Hello, Victoria.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I love hearing your voice and hearing you speak in English. It's a beautiful accent. And I love the topic as well because I love the beach as well very much.
Yeah, I also love the beach.
And I believe that Victoria, you've got a very big talent in communication because it is a virtual presentation, but you could interact with me and everybody here very well.
I just see you hit the flower.
Oh yes, exactly. Yes, and I really love the way that you express yourself via your body language. You know, your hand gestures. You stand up. You know, you sit long and you whisper sometimes. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It is so expressive, Victoria. And even though you have no slides and no artifacts at all, but I can easily understand and see all the activities on the beach that you're talking about. It is so vivid. I really enjoy your speech. Keep up your good work. And I hope that you can make yourself to the beach in the near future and enjoy yourself more.
I want to question you this one, please. So what is your favorite things to do at the beach?
You know, I like sunbathing. I just, you know, lie down and enjoy the sunshine on the beach. But I love, yeah.
Do you, is that you are rising the sunshine?
Yes, yes. But when I was younger, I loved the sand castles a lot myself as well. You know, but I changed a little bit with the older.
Your mind is duplicate with me, twinsies.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Dr. Kương. And how about you, Miss Prongwen? How do you think about her performance?
It was just delightful. It was a natural and simple delivery, and the storytelling style was great. It didn't have and it didn't need bells and whistles as in PowerPoint presentation, because what you did instead was the way you demonstrated and you used gestures and verbal sound effects, and all of that added beautifully to your presentation. I liked your well-produced voice and your clear speech. And I will tell you, Victoria, that I live in the state of Victoria in Australia, and I live about 100 metres from the beach. So when I do my walk tomorrow and enjoy hopefully a little bit of sunshine and a nice day, I will be thinking of you, because there's bound to be some children who are building sandcastles, and I'll be thinking of you. Thanks for your lovely presentation.
Thank you so much, Miss Bronwyn. Okay, congratulations again, Victoria. I love your name. I love your name, Victoria. Okay, so have fun, and maybe I hope that you will have one more time and more time to go to the beach and have fun with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I would say goodbye and have a good day, Victoria. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
All right, we have just traveled to the beach, everyone, and we make a sand castle. We do a lot of fun things at the beach. Very beautiful, very interesting, right? Okay, so we will move to the next contestant today. She make a question that, am I good enough? And let's see, good enough or not enough. So we will see what she is sharing with us. Okay. So now we will welcome Hà Vũ Châu Anh. Yeah, let's welcome Hà Vũ Châu Anh with Am I Good Enough?
Greetings, everyone. My name is Cho Ang, or more well known by my English name as Haley. I'm currently 12 years old and I'm studying in class 787 at Trung An Secondary School of Thanh Minh City, Vietnam. Today, I'm going to be talking about a topic, or more well known as a question that a lot of you may have asked yourself. Am I good enough? Of course, I've wondered about this myself, and I know you guys have too, especially during your teenage years, the years which they call your golden years. During that period, I know a lot of you may wonder, am I good enough? In many occasions, many situations, maybe when looking into the mirror, am I pretty enough? Or when you get a high score in class, but is it high enough? Or maybe just when you got a lot of achievements that you have been wanting to get for such a long time. Do you think maybe is that good enough? And of course, a lot of people will have these type of questions roaming inside their heads, maybe 24/7, maybe all the time. And well, sometimes it kind of affects our mindset. It won't really bring back a positive and happy mindset for us. Instead, people with positive mindsets and negative mindsets will both have different opinions on these questions. Of course, every one of us asks these questions despite having insecurities or maybe just being the perfect person ever, but still wonder, am I good enough? Let's take some examples. Maybe when you get the second highest score in class, but you still wonder, am I good enough? Because maybe you wanted to get a higher score, maybe first place. Or maybe when you go to a beauty contest and everyone there is calling you beautiful, but when you go home and look in the mirror yourself, you wonder, am I beautiful enough? I've wondered about these questions a lot myself too, especially when I started to be in my teenage years. And of course, it's totally okay for all of us to have insecurities because we're not perfect and we're not, everyone is different. So it's kind of like when you need to think that you are perfect just the way you are, and you don't have to, care about what other people say. They can call you names like ugly, they can call you not smart, but you can always remember that it doesn't matter if you're pretty, it doesn't matter if you're smart, because you're perfect that way, just the way you are. People with negative and positive mindsets will have both, different opinions on these questions. A positive mindset person will always think that, am I good enough? Of course I am. I'm good enough just the way I am, and I don't care about what other people say. But a person with a negative mindset might think, am I good enough? I don't think I'm good enough. Maybe I am, I don't deserve to be here and I have no hope. Just some few examples like that. But sometimes when having insecurities, you might have the courage to improve yourself. And maybe from your appearance to, being more, making yourself feel more happy. But sometimes when you have that courage to, improve yourself, it doesn't always end good, because you're improving yourself to prove to society what you can do, what they want you to do. But the real matter here is you have to prove to them that you can do it, not that what they want you to be or what they want you to do. So that's why it's always important to love ourselves and be proud of us for, being us, just the way we are. And we can always think that I am good enough and you are good enough and we are good enough, no matter what other people say. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
So, Ms. Prangwin, please.
I appreciated your very clear speech. Your voice is well produced. You have an excellent flow of words, and you appear a native speaker. You speak naturally and in an unaffected manner, and you have a way of connecting with it. I felt you were talking directly to me, and I would think other audience members felt the same. That's a real natural talent that you had. If you were nervous, I didn't see it. It didn't show. So don't be concerned on that count. It was an important topic. One thing I would have liked in this speech is a bit more structure. I felt it sort of rambled a bit from one point, relevant, yes, good point, from one to another without a clear path for the listener to follow. And that's structure in the speech. So I'd encourage you to work on that. But your delivery is a real strength, that natural, simple style and connecting with the listener. I enjoyed it. And may I tell you, you are definitely good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Prangwin. So how about you, Dr. Khương? How do you think?
Jordan, so I think that you've got a very special talent in expressing very abstract ideas in English, and I guess in Vietnamese language as well. That is a big plus, that is a big talent, Joanne, and I want you to take that into consideration because you think about your future careers and future as well, right? So I feel when I'm listening to you, I feel like I'm listening to a philosopher of some kind, because you talk about something very serious and very conceptual, but I love what you're talking about how you make sense of yourself and who you are, how you position yourself in the world. And you've got great vocabulary choice. There are some places I'm very surprised that a student like you can use that accurate word in that particular situation or context. And your talk is so inspirational, not just for me, I believe, but to many people as well.
Yes, that's right.
I believe that you could express yourself very well, but sometimes I believe that the audience can be struggling a little bit because the talk is so abstract, you know what I mean? And so it is hard to follow for some people. And in that case, I believe that it could help a lot for the audience if you could make yourself a little bit more organized, by using the markers like first or second or third or something like that to make yourself a little bit more structured.
Yes.
Even though I understand that is your style, you want to be that way, I understand that, but you can help the audience more by using more markers, I guess, in the talk. That could help us a lot to understand you better.
Yeah.
Very good job. Thank you very much. I am so inspired after listening to your talk. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, one more time. Congratulations, Châu Anh. So
Thank
we,
you.
yeah, we will meet you later after the contest. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Have a good day. Goodbye.
So next, we will move to the next contestant. What can we do to save our green planet Earth? Okay, let's welcome Trịnh Thị Phương Anh.
My name is Anna, and today I want to tell you guys about my topic is how to protect our planet Earth. So as you guys all know that we are living in the world with nature around us. So we need to be together to create a great world where people and nature could all live together. But now I feel like we are losing the connections with the natural world. Yet it is on the connection that the future of both humanities and natural will depend. It's surely our responsibility to do everything within our power to create a great world that provides a home, not just for us, but for every single life on Earth. So if we cannot protect nature, we cannot protect ourselves. So nature is very important. We cannot just sit and wait for miracle to happen. Miracles don't happen. But we can make that miracle happen by doing 10 easy ways that now I will show you guys. So number one, first is we need to turn off the tap when we don't use, because we need to waste a lot of water when we don't turn off the tap. Number two, we need to save the air. For example, you guys could use because now in here cars and many trucks go through and make the air more dirtier. Number three, we need to recycle the plastic, because plastic are very useful to us, but it's also very unuseful for our planet Earth if we don't recycle it. Number four, we need to save the animals. Animals are really important to nature too. They help nature, and somehow we just kill animals to get the skin like crocodile and sell it. So I think we should protect animals. Number five, we need to save water. The water are very important, and now on Earth is only a little water, and somehow it's all dirtier. Number six, we need to put trash in the right bin, because for example, we need to put trash in, for example, plastic. We need to put it in a plastic bin, paper bin, or maybe a glass bin. Number seven, we need to save environment. The environment are very important. That's why we need to save it. Number eight, we need to call everyone to be on hand together so we could easily help our planet Earth. Number nine, we need to save energies. For example, when we go out, we should turn off the light, and when we don't need to go somewhere don't very far, we could also walk or ride bicycle. It's a great exercise for us. Number 10, the last one is we need to recycle everything. We cannot just throw trash and in the right place, because it is very dirty and it will make our earth more sick. So if we can't, we could also plant more trees. Trees is great. Well, somehow I feel very sad. My heart just all breaks to see how many trees going through our problems, and it's all because our behaviors. That's why I think Now it's the right time to talk less and take actions, because our each action should either kill or save natures. Well, in other countries, I saw many people just cut one tree and plant it again. So I'm talking here is about how to save planet Earth, and I really thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope you guys could do my 10 easy ways. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Miss Miss Pronwin, can you share something about her performance?
Yes, I'm more than happy to. Such an important topic, and it makes me think the world is in safe hands when such young people are thinking seriously about these crucial issues. Well done. I liked your introduction where you set the scene straight away and then provided a structure that helped us to follow your thoughts. It was an intelligent treatment of this serious topic. I would suggest for improvement, rather than listing so many, and there are probably many more than just the 10 or so that you listed, but to perhaps quickly mention what they are and then focus on a few and mention not just what the problem is, but maybe a suggested solution. That would be, I think, would have made it a stronger speech, something to think about for the future. And if you listen back to it, if you have access to a video, you will notice you said we need to practically every time. It would be good to change to we ought to, or we should, or we must consider, or we ought to do, rather than we need to. Because after a while, I started noticing that was just an expression that was continuous. However, a thoughtful and intelligent speech and food for thought. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Bronwyn. So, Dr. Kung, how about you?
Hello, Phương Anh. Can you hear me very well?
Yes.
Excellent. Phương Anh, besides what Ms. Brown have just shared with you, I believe that the only problem you can improve in the future is to improve your intonation even more. You know what I mean? Because when you speak to the audience on the computer screen, you don't have any slides, you don't have any artifact to share, you have no illustrations at all. The only tool you've got is your voice. Try to attract people's attention by changing your voice up and down, your tones up and down more. Emphasize some keywords to make your point highlighted and draw my attention. Because it is a long presentation, if you keep talking in the flat intonation, people will fall asleep. You know what I mean? Yeah, emphasize some keywords, especially some transition words like firstly, secondly, thirdly. And when you say, I feel very sad, act that way on your facial expression, right? Sad, you don't say, I'm sad, because I'm very sad, something like that. Like, try to act as if you are sad. That will make your point even much more powerful. That is the art of speaking in public, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's a very good job. Keep up the good job and good luck in the future.
All right, thank you, Dr. Kung. Okay, thank you again and congratulations. You finished your presentation. Hey, have a good day and see you later.
See you later. Thank you for everything.
All right, everyone. I would tell you the truth that I really love the topic that contestant give us today. They bring us a lot of information, very useful and very meaningful. Each contestant with each different color, different contents, and We really enjoyed it. Okay. Now we are going to meet Trình Phạm Hồng Ân with one of the hot topic in our society, body shaming. Let's give her a big hand, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trịnh Phạm Hồng Ân. I'm from A1 Royal School. Now I'm 11 years old. Today I'm gonna talk about body shaming. So, what exactly is body shaming? It is when someone ridicules another person because their looks are not beautiful. Now, in this modern world, social media is a perfect place to attack people. Over 80% body shaming happens on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. There is a sad story about a girl named Jessica Laney. She became a victim of body shaming on the internet when she took her own life at the age 16. But not only she, the one who took her own life. There are many people doing that. Because of what? Because of body shaming. So, what is the main problem of body shaming? The main problem is the one ridiculing the victim. Because their obsession with beauty make them think about negative things. So stop hurting each other by criticism. It only makes everything worse. Nobody is perfect. Everyone has a flaw in their looks. So if you are the one ridiculing the victim, then don't do that. Maybe with you it is fun, but to the victim, they will be shy and afraid that they are not beautiful. And for a long time, they will be depressed. So let's end this nightmare and start to be nice to each other. And also remember that nobody is perfect, even me and you. Your choice belongs to you to do the right thing or not. This is the end. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, Hồng Ân. So I would like to ask our judges to give you some comments about your presentation. Okay. Okay, I would like to ask Dr. Kung. So Dr. Kung, what do you think about her performance?
Thank you very much, Hồng Ân. Can you hear me well, Hồng Ân?
Yes.
Excellent. You chose a really interesting topic, Hồng Ân. It is a really significant and urgent matter in the Vietnamese society nowadays, for sure. Body shaming is a very hard topic, and you chose it. That's a good choice. And I believe that you've got really good English pronunciation. Yeah, it is a big plus, I guess. And you know, in the future, maybe in future presentations, I will try to, make your talk a little bit more structured by, for example, say, include an introduction, for example. Say, I'm going to talk about something, and my talk includes several main points, blah, 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 blah. It makes us, to follow you more easily, you know what I mean? And then when you speak, think about the audience. Try to look at the audience more, because it is an interaction, you know what I mean? So I know it is a little bit difficult to do so in an online interaction like this, but look at the screen more so that we can see your eye contact, maintenance throughout the presentation. And maybe you don't want to write too many words on the screen in the future, okay? For each slide, you write some keywords that can help us to understand your main points. Don't write too many words on the screen, and please don't read the script on the screen, because when you read the script on the screen, people don't listen to you anymore. So, you understand what I mean, Hồng Ân?
Yes, I understand.
That is a very good job. So let's hear what Miss Brown have to say about your performance.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Kung. Miss Progan, what do you think?
I agree completely with all of those comments just made, and I thank you for addressing a very important topic, a worldwide issue, and congratulations for tackling it. I like your facial expression and your very pleasant manner, and Dr. Boone is correct that when you are actually reading from a lot of text on PowerPoint presentations, the audience focus goes from the person doing the performance or the presentation to us following the words as we were moving them out along. So I felt that was a disadvantage in your presentation in such an important topic. So for PowerPoint slides in the future, I would suggest just a few points. Bullet points are often used, or short phrases, because the idea is that is something the audience can quickly look at, and then you talk about it and add more to it. So the entire text of the presentation shouldn't be visible. Only the summary of it should be visible. And pictures and diagrams, whatever else you may need to do. From a speech point of view, I think your English skills are quite good. One thing to work on is something I noticed is I've taught many Vietnamese students living in the west of Melbourne, and it's something we always have to work on. And that was the S sound. It's something like, rather than work, it works. And that seems to be a difficult thing for Vietnamese people to get. So that's something to work on, the final S, which is often in the plural, more than one, dog becomes dog, that kind of thing. That's something to work on and will help your speech in English. Thank you for addressing an important topic.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ronwin. Okay, congratulations, Hồng Ân, and we will see you later. All right, thank you very much, and have a good day.
Yes, thank you very much.
All
Goodbye
right,
and have a good day.
ecosystem. What is ecosystem, and what do you know about ecosystem? So a lot of questions about this will be answered from my friends, from my contestant, Vương Hoàng Dung. So please give her a big hand with the topic ecosystems.
Hello, my name is Hoàng Dung, and I think most people can agree on the fact that we don't have the perfect Earth. To have that though, we need good ecosystems. So today I'm going to tell you about ecosystems. Firstly, what is an ecosystem? The simplest definition of an ecosystem is organisms, both living and non-living, that work together. Also, ecosystems can be anything, like rivers, lakes, oceans, or maybe even you. Organisms in an ecosystem interact together. They can interact in many ways, like competing for resources, help or harm each other, but they all work together for their own purposes. In this picture, two male hartebees are fiercely competing for their resources, or can be competing for a female that they both lack. Ecosystems can have many food webs and food chains. A food chain is a cycle that transfers energy from the eaten to the eater, or from the prey to the predator. Food chains always start with a producer, which is plants or grass. Here is an example of a food chain. First, a grasshopper eats grass. Then it gets eaten by a frog. A frog then dies and then its body is decomposed, which change into the nutrients for the plants or grass to grow. Now, a food web is just simply a lot of food chains all together. This is an example of a food web. Ecosystem can have many environment changes. It includes animals being extinct or endangered. The number of animals then would be less. The predator that eats the animals may die out or will have to move to another ecosystem. And that may change the whole environment by disturbing the other animals. For example, this red panda is endangered, and the predator which eats the red panda will have less to eat, and they will have to move to another ecosystem. One change can affect the whole ecosystem. But environment change isn't the only thing that is disturbing the ecosystem. Humans are another reason that the ecosystem stay unbalanced. Humans change the ecosystem by cutting down forests, building dams, and road mining. People's trash makes animals think it is food, which then the animals would eat and then would die out soon after that. Humans' activities are having a negative impact on the environment. In fact, at the beginning of the 20th century, human activities changed the ecosystem more than ever before. Now we have to try to restore the health of ecosystem and their balance. When ecosystems are thrown out of balance, notably by human behavior, they need time to heal or restore. They need to be protected. The less they are protected, the worse results for everything in that ecosystem, including for human beings in the short and long term. To help our environment, we need to stop littering, stop polluting, plant trees, preserve the land, and best of all, reduce, and recycle. I hope our Earth will become the perfect Earth once again. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, Hoàng Dung. Thank you a lot. And just stay here a little bit and we will listen to our judges about your presentation. Okay? I would like to ask Ms. Prongwen. Ms. Prongwen will give you some feedback about your performance. Ms. Prongwen, please.
Opening slide. Colour and the sunlight and the grass and the wood that it used to be. I thought it was beautiful. And then all of your other pictures that you showed were just as good. I'm sorry you had problems at the start. That's awful and it does affect you. But you carried on very well once you got going. So well done for overcoming those difficulties. Your speech is distinct and audible, maybe a little bit fast. I'd like you to slow down a little. And you have expression vocally, but not as much facially to match it. So I think that would give more meaning to your presentation if you use a little more facial expression. Practice in the mirror. And if you're saying it's cold, then you use the face rather than saying it's cold. If you say it's cold, and you really show that by your use of facial expression. And there are many instances in that speech where you could bring in facial expression and add to it. Thank you for presenting an important topic too. All of the topics have been great. The performers are giving us plenty to think about and to take away. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Prongwen. And Dr. Kung, please give her some advice.
Hello, Hoàng Dung.
Hello.
I love your slide designs very much. I mean, you intentionally chose very very clear and very interesting designs, and some very interesting illustration photos and pictures as well about ecosystems. That is a very good choice of very good selection of photos. And you've got a very clear pronunciation. And but I agree with Miss Browan that you may maybe want to slow down a little bit so that you can express yourself more clearly in the future. I understand that it is a very common habit of many Vietnamese learners of English that people assume that speaking English fast is a matter of fluency, but it's not always the case. I could understand you completely, actually. However, I think in future presentations, you may want to choose or focus more clearly for your presentation. So yours is about ecosystem, which is a big topic.
Yeah.
And therefore, when you start speaking about ecosystems, I have no idea what you're going to talk about. You can talk about solutions, problems only, for example. In that way, your talk can be more profound and more informative. You see what I mean? Right. And then the second thing, which is not very important, but I think it could be a matter in presentation as well, that is your facial expression matters a lot, because you can say a lot to the audience via your facial expression. Make yourself more expressive, maybe a smile, or make a certain eye contact to make your face more lively and vivid, and that would be a big plus for your future presentations. Very good job, Odin.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kương. Okay, thank you again, Hoàng Dung, and congratulations, you finished and you did a good job with your performance. I will see you later. All right, have a good day. Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet my contestant, my next contestant, Nguyễn Trần Thiên An, with a secret topic. Let's give her a big hand, please.
Okay, good evening or morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Annie, and I'm 12 years old. First of all, I just want to say thank you for this contest because it made me feel more confidence, also a little bit of nervous, and I just want to say thank you for everyone who encouraged me for this talent show. So today I'm going to talk about young teenager girl life again. Well, apparently at Vietnamese schools, students are not allowed to wear makeup or wear whatever they want. They're just allowed to wear the school uniform. But how about me? I'm currently studying in a French school, and pupils are allowed to wear whatever they want. They are allowed to wear makeup, like eyeliner, mascara, blush. Yeah. And they're also allowed to dye their hair. For example, like pink, green, blue, or even white. But that doesn't mean that I'm free to do whatever I want. My parents always remind me to choose clothes that are both comfortable and appropriate for my age. To be honest, I was really upset with them because I wanted to wear whatever I want, like tank top, crop top, but they're not allow it for me to wear that at school. They only let me wear a shirt with long jeans, pants that are over my knee, dye my hair this brown color, and apply lip gloss for school. Also, not any school allow you to do whatever you want because the culture of each country is different and not the same regulation. Each teens has their own style. For example, indie, emo, alt, soft aesthetic, and more. Parents and teenagers is necessary to help us feel more comfortable and confident. But learning is still the most important thing. Also, family is important. Let's be teenagers who know how to love themselves, know how to love their family, and know how to use time appropriately. Wishing teenagers life is always full of joy, laughter, and will spread positive energy to everyone. Thank you for listening.
All right, so we will listen to some comments, some feedback from our judges. Okay, so Dr. Kung, please.
Hello, Annie. You go by Annie or
Hello, Annie.
Annie. I'm really impressed by your very strong personal identity. And I would say that you are kind of person who loves freedom a lot. That really impressed me a lot. And I'm so impressed by how confident you are as well as a speaker, in this big hall and, of course, in front of the computer screen as well. And you know what you like, you know what you want to do, and you can control your talk very effectively. That is a very big plus for your presentation.
Thank
And
you.
of course, I understand that you'd like to preserve and protect your identity a lot. However, in public speaking, you may want to consider a little bit more about the audience by organizing yourself a little bit more, for example, by telling people what you're talking about in the first place, a clear topic, and then maybe a clear introduction as well. I understand that it is a very traditional way, but it works very well. The introduction is there for a good reason, right? So make yourself a little bit more structure. I don't mean to disrupt or dismiss your spirit of freedom, no. But what I mean is that you can easily engage with people more, with a little bit more structure in your talk. That would be perfect in your future presentations. Very good job. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Prongwen, please give her some feedback, please.
Dr. Ben and I are on the same page here. We're thinking similar things. I like your facial expression.
Sorry, but I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
I can't really hear you. It's hard.
Okay, I'll try again. Is that better? Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, it's better. Thank you.
Okay, that's a pleasure. I agree. I think it needed a bit more structure and organisation. It's great that you presented your thoughts and showed your strength of character, but I feel that you have to put yourself in the shoes of the listener. And I felt I needed to understand more where you were going, what you wanted to tell me needed to be made more clear, and that's by the structure. And it may be introduction, body, conclusion, but it's not as if it's written. We can't go back and have another look. We hear it once, and providing an outline and a footpath for us to follow is very important. A few words you should check were, and I wrote down comfortable, appropriate, necessary, and confident that you use, where the syllabic stress or the stress was on the wrong syllable. So it might have been appropriate, perhaps, instead of appropriate. So look up in an English dictionary words like that. Which is the syllable that you give the extra pressure to, the extra volume and stress? I'll write that in my notes for you so you have that to to take a closer look at. But well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Prangwin. I thank you, Tiếng Anh, again, and congratulations. I do love your performance today, actually. Okay, are you ready? And please fasten your seatbelt, and we will go to Ninh Bình province with our pilot Phạm Trí Dũng. Please welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The first word I'd like to say all good health and best wishes. My name is Dũng and my full name is Phạm Trí Dũng. I'm a student class 7A8 of Trần Quốc Tuấn Secondary School. Today, I feel very happy because I have a chance to be here to introduce to you about my beloved hometown. But this evening, I'm not only the presenter, but also your tour guide to come to Ninh Bình. Let's go to Ninh Bình. This land endowed by nature, bringing together three types of terrains: hills, semi-mountains, coastal plain, and low-lying area. This place became a political center of country Đại which is located at the southernmost part of the Red River, connecting to the north and central regions by the majestic Tham Điệp Mountain. Living in presence with many historical monuments. For a figure living capital of King Đinh Bộ Lính, following the horse footsteps of winged armies marching to Thăng Long. In the complex of Chang'an Scenic Spot, there is also a Chang'an Ecological, the World Natural Heritage recognized by UNESCO. Located to a complex of Chang'an Scenic Spot, there is also a spiritual tourist area of Pading Pagoda Mountains. This is the famous building architecture, including the ancient Pading Pagoda Mountains, and this is the largest Pading Pagoda in Southeast Asia, converging many Vietnamese records. Tham Cốc Bất Động Scenic Spot, which is like Hạ Long Bay Island, the mountains bearing many historical imprints of Ninh Bình people in the days of fighting the enemy and defending the country. We can see the children playing on Hoàng Long River, going along the river bank from Tum La Temple. We will come to Kinga Hot Spring, where we can relax and enjoy the view. The majestic temple, the Poor Herman Pagoda, with the mountains and river painting the beautiful pictures of Ninh Bình. In coming to Cúc Phương National Park, which is recognized a World Natural Garden. Coming here, we can see the 1,000-year tall trees and rare animals, and to see the pictures of tall trees and rare animals. In Ninh Bình, many traditional village crafts still reserved with long history, like Kim Sơn Search Weaving, Ninh Vân Stone Carving, and many other traditional village. Coming to Ninh Bình, we cannot miss the famous foods such as Ninh Bình Mountain Goat and Mountain Goat burnt rice. This is the famous food in Ninh Bình. Surely this place will bring you back to the days of defending the Vietnamese. Although I live in Ho Chi Minh City, but also I always want to come back to Ninh Bình to see my hometown and enjoy the view. I wish all of you coming to Ninh Bình one time. My presentation is end here. I wish all of you have good health and have good luck in life. Goodbye.
All right, thank you so much. I told everybody that you are a pilot and you take us to the new province, but not only pilot, you are tour guide actually.
Yeah, tour
okay.
guide, yeah.
All right, thank you so much and congratulations. Your
thanks.
performance is so beautiful. A lot of things in Ninh Bình. Now I know more because of you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I would like to ask Dr. Kuhn. So he will give you some comments about your performance. So please.
You know, as a traveler, I love your presentation a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Because you know, you selected very great photos of Ninh Bình province.
Yeah.
Very selective, very representative photos of Ninh Bình province. And I believe that it is a very short presentation, but you know, you introduced to the whole audience the very essence of your province, your hometown. Very good job.
Thanks.
I believe that it is great that you use the artifact that is the candy of your hometown,
Yeah.
kind of specialty of your hometown,
Yeah.
right? It
The
is a
snack.
very nice way to illustrate your points in your presentation. In future presentations, maybe you can improve yourself a little bit more by pronunciating more. I mean, try to pronounce words more slowly and clearly. That would make a big difference in the future.
Yeah.
Very good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I agree. Actually, we don't need to speak so fast. We just need to speak clearly and correctly.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Miss Pronwin, can you give him some feedback and some comments about his performance?
Very happy to do that. I want to thank you for your lovely personal presentation. That is appreciated, the effort that you have gone to. I also want to thank you for giving us a very formal opening and closing. That's bookends your presentation beautifully. I did appreciate that. I liked your assured style. It was controlled, it was composed. I'd like to see you use your face a bit more. You already have good vocal expression, but it should be matched by facial expression. And I agree also again with Dr. Boone that you need to be working on accuracy of sounds in English, clarity, especially crispness of consonants. Things like the final T in a word like tick, or the final K in a word like walk. So it's the articulation or the way how we use the different parts of our mouth to produce the sounds that I'd like to see you working on. You have so much going for you. That's going to be a bonus. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Miss Pronwin. A lot of compliment for you. All right, I am proud of you.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
All right, thank you a lot, and
Yeah.
thank you again, and congratulations again for your great performance.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, so we have just finished the first part of NYSA Discover Talent Contest. Speed. So we have 19 contestants with 19 different colors and 19 different contents. It will definitely be difficult for our judges. Absolutely. I would say amazing, good job, everyone. Amazing, good job. You did really well today. So the result will be announced after the final round complete. Once again, we would like to say thank you, our judges, Ms. Pronwin and Dr. Kung, for accompanying the program. And we will see you all in the music and dance competition. Vâng, kính thưa quý vị, như vậy là chúng ta vừa kết thúc phần thi thuộc lĩnh vực tiếng Anh thuyết trình. Vâng, như quý vị cũng thấy, chúng ta có gần 19 thí sinh với 19 màu sắc và nội dung khác nhau. Chắc chắn sẽ là một sự khó khăn cho cả hai thầy cô trong ban giám khảo đây ạ. Một lần nữa, chúc mừng tất cả các em đã hoàn thành xuất sắc phần thi của mình. Kết quả sẽ được ban tổ chức công bố sau khi vòng chung kết hoàn thành. Xin trân trọng cảm ơn hai vị ban giám khảo, cô Pronwin và thầy Cường, thầy Nguyễn Huy Cường. Và hẹn gặp lại tất cả các bạn ở vòng thi tiếp theo, vòng thi thuộc lĩnh vực âm nhạc và vũ đạo. Xin chào.